The following program is rated PG-VG for gratuitous vaping. Strange Vapes. Howdy folks, Mo here, bringing you a new episode of Strange Vapes. Join me, your tour guide through unusual flavor profiles. This week, I have got an interesting first addition to the, actual Strange Vapes lineup. Last week I brought you breakfast cereals, and my justification on that was, to the normal person, the idea of inhaling a breakfast cereal seems weird. And they're not wrong. It is. It's very unusual. The average person would be like, why would you even want to do that? Well, here's the first one that even to the vaping community would be considered weird, because I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but like savory flavors you don't hear a lot about savory vaping flavors, and there's a reason for that. It's weird. It's just unusual. So my first savory flavor today, and again, I will give you a close-up in a moment, but we have the Pizza Delicious by Coil Vapes. Coil Vapes making a bit of a name for itself, with their, they quality juices, really quality stuff. They sent me a couple of little sample. I have them here. I'll show you. This is my vaping shelf. For anybody who watched the last episode and was wondering where I was just reaching off camera to, I decided to push the camera back a little bit so you could see. It's my vaping shelf. They sent me this one. It's called Gelato Shop. This is really fantastic. It's like a sweet sort of, it's an ice cream kind of flavor. I mean, anybody who's had gelato should understand that, that reference, and but with like a nuttiness to it, because generally gelato you add pistachio and stuff to it, so it's got that in there, and it's really well done. I really enjoyed it. And then they also sent me a little sample, and this isn't just me, they send these to everybody. You place an order with them, they're sending you these little samples. Berry Dreams, and this one, man, the flavor on this, just fantastic, just absolutely fantastic. It's like a berries and cream. It's really, really good. So I recommend both of those. Absolutely. Will I be placing another order with Coil Vapes? Yes, I absolutely will. So let's get on to the juice du jour, the Pizza Delicious. Yeah, you heard that right. Pizza. Today is about pizza vapes. Ugh. I gotta tell you, I cheated. I didn't want to admit to it before, but I'll admit to it now. I cheated. I tried this juice out a couple hours ago before I started filming. I had to. That thing's been staring at me for days now. I've been sick. I haven't been able to do any vaping. And that pizza juice has been staring at me like, you need to make this episode. You want to try it. And I did. Seriously. So, loaded up, my trusty Tobe on my sample box, DNA 30, Hannah clone, basically. I got a 0.9 build in here. Same build I had last time, just new wick. And I took a puff. And I was so incredibly surprised at how much I liked it. It is, let me give you some details on it first. It's a 70-30 VG-PG ratio, so you still get a decent amount of flavor, and you're still hucking pretty decent clouds. I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily say this is like a cloud chaser juice. I don't know if I would try to do this on like a super, super low ohm build. The flavor might get a little intense, but for a standard everyday setup, it's perfect. It works. All right. Some of the really standout flavors that you get. Coil Vapes describes it as a barbecue bacon pizza. Okay, so I agree and disagree on that. For what my mouth is tasting, what my palate is tasting, I really get the bacon in there. It's the first time I've ever encountered bacon in a vape, and I've got a couple others sitting on the shelf over here, getting ready for future episodes, but that's the first time I've ever encountered bacon in e-liquid form, and you can really taste it. It works. A charm. It's just a gorgeous flavor. I'm like really surprised by that. You can really taste like the seasoning, like not like there's no tomato flavor to it. So you don't like taste like tomato sauce. You taste like seasonings. So I can really get like a basil flavor out of there, and I do get a slight cheese flavor, and I don't know if that's just me or if that's intentional, but I get that. I definitely get a cheese flavor on there. The one question I was asked a lot was, does it taste like, like when you buy like those shitty pizza flavored snacks, like the goldfish or whatever, does it taste like that? No, it does not taste like that at all. It tastes fresh. It tastes clean. It doesn't taste overly chemically. It tastes like they ground up, these ingredients and put them in a bottle of juice. You really feel like you're legitimately vaping pizza. Okay? What I can't taste in it, though, however, is I don't taste any barbecue. So, I mean, they say it's a barbecue flavor. Maybe you will. I don't. I don't taste the barbecue, and I don't taste any hint of any kind of like doughiness or like what the crust would be. I don't get any of that. But for what it is and what it is, for what it is and what it claims to be, it works. If you were to take a puff of that, you would say this is pizza. So just because you're not tasting dough, just because you're not tasting, the barbecue, doesn't necessarily mean it's not a barbecue pizza. It is what it is. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. In fact, I'm going to take another puff, and I'm voluntarily puffing this because I like it. That's good stuff. It really is. I got to tell you. So, we'll keep this relatively short today. Final rating, what would I give it? I'm doing a rating system. We'll say 1 to 5. I will give this a 4 or 5 for final rating. However, I will give you one. The 1 point is taken off because I vaped earlier today, left the room for a little while, and came back, and my room smelled terrible. And which I guess is to be expected because the same thing happens when you leave pizza out for a while. The whole room ends up smelling like that old pizza smell, and so I would say if you're going to vape Pizza Delicious, and you should, absolutely, you should go to coilvapes.com, order up some Pizza Delicious, and give it a shot yourself. It's really good. Just don't do it in a confined space. Out in the open, or at least near a window, so that the vapor can leave. And then of course it begs the question, well, how strange is this? Well, again, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. It's pretty fucking strange. I mean, even for an experienced vapor, to sit down and be like, well, what are you puffing on today? Oh, well, I've got a pizza juice. That's a pretty weird thing to say, and I think even just talking to people about it, you get the reaction, and you get the understanding that people think that's pretty fucking weird. Personally, I also think it's pretty fucking weird. Would I vape it again? Yeah, I have, I will, and I will again. Absolutely. This bottle is not going to be piffed off to somebody else. I have a feeling that a lot of these bottles I'm going to be sending off to other people, so that they can try them as well. This one is staying in my collection, without a doubt. And then the last question I got to ask myself is, do I think that the flavor would improve upon steeping? If I let it steep for a while, and I don't think so. I think it's about as good as it's going to get. I'll check back in a couple of weeks. I plan on doing update videos on all of the flavors that I do. I'm going to steep this for a couple of weeks and see what happens. But for right now, no, I don't think it's going to be any real different than what it is right now. I think it's about as good as it's going to get. So that's basically it. Like I said before where you can find it, coilvapes.com. Go check it out. I believe you can follow them on Twitter as well. They're at Coil Vapes. You can follow me on Twitter. Why not? I'm at Drunk on VHS, although I might be starting up one specifically for Strange Vapes. And that's about it. So don't forget to like the video, to subscribe. Leave me comments, give me suggestions. I'm always open for suggestions. And leave me links. That's the important thing. If you can, leave me a link to let me know where I can find the juice. Or if you want to send it to me, we'll work that out. Then that's going to be a little more interesting. Then you're going to have to find me. And, I'm going to set up a P.O. box in the real near future. But for right now, there's no real way to send me juice without me knowing who you are. So if you have a flavor you want to send to me, give it another week, wait till next week's video, and I'll probably have a P.O. box you can send it to by then. But for right now, just hold off on it. Just give me suggestions on juice flavors. I'm open for quite literally anything, so we'll see what happens there. Yeah, and that's it. I'll give you one more puff for the road, and then that was Strange Vapes. It's still weird, Been vaping on it for like 2 hours now, and it's still weird. That inhale of pizza flavor is it's still completely unexpected. Anyway. Good night, folks. Keep vaping.